Welcome to Live Interactive English. My name is Winnie.
Welcome everybody, I am Shane. LIVEABC!
We should be cheerleaders.
We should. Hey, are you like the type of person, if you go to, let's say, for example, go to a baseball game, are you one of those people who are cheering and maybe wearing a crazy outfit or painting your body or...
Oh no, I just sit down quietly. Just kidding. That is the only time where I'm like, woo! Go baseball!
Go baseball!
Go team!
Go baseball!
Go sports!
Sports, yes!
But what about you, since we're talking about baseball today?
Yeah.
I know I don't even need to ask you the question. I know you would be a cheerleader too. But do you actually play baseball?
Well, I don't really play baseball anymore, but I grew up playing baseball, and I was quite good. I played, through high school, and then girls got into my life and spoiled everything.
Okay.
Girls are a problem.
Okay, so moral of the story is if you want to be good at baseball, go home.
If you want to be good at
go to
anything,
practice.
if you want to be good at anything, especially any sports, go home, go to practice, avoid girls.
Yeah, that's it.
Or boys.
Sports,
Because
home.
girls can play baseball too.
Yes.
But when you start getting into relationships, it takes away from your time
To practice
and be really into it.
But what if she's your cheerleader?
Oh, that would be great. Have you ever been to a baseball game in Taiwan?
No.
Well, neither have I.
Oh, we should go to one.
We should go together.
Okay, let's go to one.
Okay, so that's definitely our plan, and maybe we'll see you at a baseball game nearby. And let's start the lesson. Let's go.
Jill and her American friend Parker are looking at the CTBC Brothers website.
So, we can buy tickets on here?
Yes. Look, you can see all of this month's games on the calendar.
Which game should we go to?
They're playing the Lions in a couple of weeks. We have to go to that.
How come?
They're the two most successful teams in Taiwan. The battles between them are always entertaining.
Great. Where in the stadium should we sit?
I generally go for infield seats. You get the best experience if you sit in the front row. The tickets are a little more expensive, but it's worth it.
Great. Let's buy them now.
Welcome.
Whoa! It's a home run.
It is a home run. Welcome back to Baseball in Taiwan. All right, we're going to be looking at buying tickets for a game. So we've got a conversation, a dialogue, we've got a couple of people talking, and so we have Jill.
Jill and her friend Parker.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
What are they doing?
Well, our first line is number 1, buying tickets for a game. So Jill and her American friend Parker are looking at the CTBC Brothers website. And of course, a website is basically an internet address where you can access information. So obviously, when we go on a website, we type in www. That last W stands for web. And so
World Wide Web.
Very good. So for example, I recently set up a website that provides information on the best coffee shops in Taipei. But in this case, Jill and Parker are using this website to learn a little bit more about how they can watch this baseball team in action.
All right, so cool. I'm Parker, you're Jill. Okay. So Parker begins by saying, so we can buy tickets on here?
And Jill says, yes, pointing at the computer screen. So she's saying, yeah, like she sees it too. Look, you can see all of this month's games on the calendar. So usually these teams, when they're playing with other teams, of course, they have to have a schedule. And usually that schedule, everyone can see it so that they can say, oh, if I can't make this one, maybe I can make the next.
What did we do before the internet? Seriously, it's so hard to imagine.
Seriously.
What
I guess newspaper?
The newspaper would
that
probably
old
tell
thing.
you that. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like when I went to baseball games when I was a child,
Oh, but those were the dinosaur times.
Those were dinosaur times. They played like the dinosaurs
They
played
threw
each
rocks.
other. They threw rocks at each other, right? Okay, so Parker continues by saying, which game should we go to?
And of course, Jill says, they're playing the Lions in a couple of weeks. We have to go to that.
All right, so they're playing the Lions. The Lions would be the name of
Another team.
Of the other team,
Yeah.
right? So they're going to be playing them.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的对话是关于体验台湾棒球文化。Jill 和他的美国朋友 Parker 正在看中信兄弟的网站。Parker 向 Jill 确认是不是可以直接在那个网站上买票。那么 Jill 就说是的，而且可以在网站的月历上看到这个月的所有比赛。那几周后，中信兄弟就要跟狮队比赛了。Jill 决定要带 Parker 去看那一场。他向 Parker 解释说，这两队是台湾最成功的两支球队，他们的对决总是很有趣。我们来看单字 website，website 就是网站。我们来看第一个重点是 a couple of 表示两三个，后面接复数可数名词。例如 I watched a couple of movies last week. 我上个礼拜看了两三部电影。好，那接回到课文中。
And Parker says, how come?
And she
So,
says,
so
yeah.
how come sounds a little bit weird, right? How come is a very common way
Right.
that we will say why.
Yeah, like you really want to know why is this happening? What is the reason?
What is the reason?
But how come is very, like casual.
It's very casual,
come?
so it's a good, in your vocabulary, you
Right.
want to mix it up a little bit.
Don't write it in your essay, though.
This is very informal.
Yeah.
But instead of saying why, you could say, how come?
Right.
Like, how come you were late to the party?
Wouldn't want to be late to Shane's party. Continuing on, Jill says they're the two most successful teams in Taiwan. The battles between them are always entertaining. That's why she's like, we have to see that.
Wow, she refers to these as battles.
Yeah.
Battles between
Are they going to
them.
kill each other?
It sounds like that. So she's really getting into this. It must be very exciting for her to watch baseball.
Yeah.
All right, so Parker says, great. Where in the stadium should we sit?
Oh, so this is where this determines kind of how you enjoy a concert or a movie or a game.
Because you get to choose. That's what's also really cool about the internet, right?
Right.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
You just go on there and you get to see which seats are already taken,
Right.
which ones are available, what the costs are, and you can just do it all by yourself.
And Parker says, where in the stadium should we sit? So a stadium is basically where sports are held. Back years and years and years and hundreds, thousands of years ago, stadiums were where people would have sort of death matches, okay? But obviously nowadays, we're not going to see people kill each other. We're watching sports, but that is a large area where lots of people can go.
To gather around, and they'll have like lots of seating.
So they can all see.
Usually kind of in it's a circle.
Oval, yeah. Or a circle.
A soval, I like
So-
that.
Oh.
A circle oval. So either a circular shape or an oval
Right.
shape, something like that.
So continuing on, Jill says, I generally go for infield seats. You get the best experience if you sit in the front row. The tickets are a little more expensive, but it's worth it. So again, if you want a front row, it's harder to get though because everyone wants a front row and costs a lot of money.
Gotta pay the big bucks.
VIP seats.
I've never sat
Me neither.
in the infield at a baseball game
Yeah.
before. I was always at the top
The binoculars.
with my binoculars.
Like we're at the opera.
Trying to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It was never quite that bad, but I always wished I could sit in the infield. Now, the infield is the inner part of the field in baseball.
Right.
So if you have infield seats, it means that you're very close to the infield. And on the other side of the infield is the outfield, right?
Right.
But when you have infield seating, that means you're close to the infield.
But that also means it's harder to get those seats.
It is. So finally, he says, great, let's buy them now.
So they're actually lucky because they were looking already on the website. So they kind of get first dibs or hey, I want that seat. I'm going to pay for it now while I still can. Because obviously, the best seats always get taken first.
All right.
But that's all we have for this break. We will come back soon.
Okay.
那至于要选什么位置呢 ？Jill 说他通常会选内野座位，坐在前排就能获得最佳体验。这个门票稍微贵一点，但是很值得。那么 Shane 老师聊到说，他从来没有在内野座位区看球赛，都是坐离很远的位置，可能还得拿出望远镜来看比赛。我们补充一下 ，binoculars， B-I-N-O-C-U-L-A-R-S，binoculars 就是双筒望远镜。那这边进入文法时间。那么第二个重点是 be worth it， 它是固定用语，用来表达什么什么是值得的。以下介绍2种常见句型。第一个句型是 something is worth it， 例如 This laptop is more expensive, but it's worth it。 这台笔电比较贵，不过它很值得。第二个句型你可以用到 It is worth it to 加原形动词，这时候 it 是虚主词，用来代替真正的主词 to be。例如 I don't think it's worth it to repair that old car。我认为修理那辆老车并不值得。好，那接回到课文中。
Jill and Parker are outside the stadium after the game.
Oh my goodness, that was so much fun.
I know, right?
Those cheerleaders were dancing non-stop. Their performances were so energetic. I couldn't stop watching them. At times, I forgot there was a game on.
They're incredible. They've become one of the biggest draws to baseball games in Taiwan.
It's crazy because in the US, there are never cheerleaders in baseball. There are often mascots, but not cheerleaders.
Doesn't that mean the atmosphere is really quiet?
Not really, because music is played and fans sometimes start their own chants.
Well, I just can't imagine baseball without the cheerleaders. They make the whole event so exciting.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so before the break, we are having a conversation between Parker and Jill, and they're going to be looking to buy some baseball tickets online because they want to go watch a game. And they're actually going to buy these tickets, and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
They're ready to go see some baseball.
And it looks like it's an important game, too.
I think they're going to get the infield seats.
Ooh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing on, we have number 2, comparing baseball cultures. So Jill and Parker are outside the stadium after the game. So they got the tickets. They've seen the game. And now I'm wondering, well, what's Parker and Jill thinking?
Yeah, so what happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
As usual, you're Parker, I'm Jill.
Okay, so Parker begins by saying, "Oh my goodness, that was so much fun."
And Jill says, I know, right?
That's a very common way to respond to somebody when you agree with them. You would say, I know, right? Right?
Yeah.
Or you could just say, right? Well, calm down. Parker continues, those cheerleaders were dancing nonstop.
Oh, now I see why Parker was liking the game.
Parker was loving the game. Their performances were so energetic, I couldn't stop watching them. At times, I forgot there was a game on.
Okay, Parker.
You're there to go see
baseball,
not a cheerleading competition. So we have a vocabulary word, performance. So these cheerleaders are obviously putting on an amazing performance.
Right.
So a performance is the act of performing. It could be a dance, it could be a play, it could be a concert, or any other kind of form of entertainment.
Right, they're acting it out.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so for example, the performance starts at 9, so we should get to the theater at 8.
Right, so these cheerleaders, they're not, cheerleaders aren't just going to stand there and let you take photos of them. No, they're, go team, they're dancing, they're cheering, right? So they're giving a performance.
That's right.
And not only are they giving a performance, they're giving
Lots of
an
energy.
energetic performance.
They've got energy.
You're not going to be seeing a cheerleader go like, go team.
Go,
That wouldn't be a
Lions.
cheerleader. That would be a sad leader.
Roar.
Did you hear what Anyway.
Oh, so sad leader? I got it. That was really funny. Why don't you tell them what
Anyway.
energetic means?
Energetic means someone who is very hyper and active and has lots of energy. So for example, the children are very energetic today. I hope they calm down soon. Sounds like somebody had too much candy. But continuing on, Jill says, they're incredible. They've become one of the biggest draws to baseball games in Taiwan. And of course, when she says biggest draws to baseball games, this is saying this is, now people aren't just watching baseball.
Yeah.
We're getting new fans to get interested into the baseball, but using cheerleaders.
Using cheerleaders
Or
to
maybe food.
draw people in.
Yeah.
在第二段对话里 ，Jill 和 Parker 已经看完比赛了。那他们在体育场外面聊天。Parker 觉得台湾的棒球文化太有趣了，那一些啦啦队员们不停地跳舞，他们的表演充满活力，让他目不转睛。有时候看到都忘了比赛还在进行。好，那么单字 performance 表示表演或是表现，是个名词。energetic 则是形容充满活力的、精力充沛的。Winnie 老师这时候有提到 hyper 这个形容词 hyper 是形容亢奋的，它就相当于 hyperactive。
So Parker says it's crazy because in the US, there are never cheerleaders in baseball.
True.
There are often mascots, but not cheerleaders.
Right. Maybe you'll see cheerleaders at like an NBA game or
a football game, American football, we should say.
Oh, yes, not soccer.
Not soccer.
No.
So baseball doesn't have cheerleaders, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
That in baseball in the U.S.,
Right.
there are not cheerleaders. Maybe they're going to pick this up from Taiwan.
Parker's going to bring it to the U.S.
He's gonna call somebody, get on the phone. Parker's gonna be like, you know what we need?
Right.
We need to spice up these games here, these baseball games in the U.S. and get some cheerleaders.
But Shane, what even is a cheerleader? Okay, a cheerleader is a member of a team that encourages or helps give support to a team or a sport or whatever.
Right.
So they are leading with cheers, okay? And of course, a cheer is like, you're giving encouragement. You're saying, hey, way to go, good job. Okay, so continuing on, Jill says, doesn't that mean the atmosphere is really quiet?
Now, what is atmosphere? The feeling or mood that you have in a particular place or situation. Or it could be a feeling between two people or in a group of people.
Like sometimes I know it's not there, you can't really touch it, but you can feel it.
You can feel
Especially if
an
there's like someone
atmosphere.
just fought with each other.
Ooh,
There's an argument, I can feel
It
it.
gets really heavy and
Yeah.
weird.
Or you go into a haunted house and you're like, I feel the atmosphere. It's creepy.
So for example, this hotel has a nice, relaxing atmosphere, not a creepy one. Because creepy is bad. So Parker continues by saying, not really, because music is played and fans sometimes start their own chants.
Can you imagine just a silent baseball field? You just hear...
Yeah, no, the people do quite come alive and the fans end up becoming the cheerleaders themselves. And they do stuff like they have a chant.
Okay,
right?
and so of course a chant is basically a shout or repeated phrase, right? So a chant is you repeat it. It's kind of like a cheer, but you go team, or the Lions.
Let's go,
Lions, let's go. Oh, you did a two.
I did two.
Oh, okay.
Three.
So Jill says, well, I just can't imagine baseball without the cheerleaders. They make the whole event so exciting. And I think now Parker's thinking, yeah, I agree with you. He's got a taste of the cheerleader life.
He's probably better down line booking his next baseball ticket.
He doesn't even care which team anymore.
Not anymore. He's just going to follow the cheerleaders around. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for this lesson. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I did.
Well, we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
那么 Jill 解释说，那些啦啦队员们非常棒，他们已经成为台湾棒球比赛最大的吸引力之一了。 Parker 觉得这真的太疯狂了，因为在美国呢，棒球比赛上从来没有啦啦队员，通常有吉祥物，可是没有啦啦队员。不过呢，这不代表场内的气氛很安静，因为会播音乐，而且球迷有时候也会有自己开始喊口号的情形。好，那么单字 atmosphere 它表示气氛、氛围。那老师这时候用到鬼屋来举例说明，他提到鬼屋的气氛令人毛骨悚然。那我们学一下 haunted house 就是鬼屋。那 haunted 拼作 HAUNTED， 它是形容闹鬼的。老师还有用到 creepy 这个字 CREEPY， creepy 是形容令人毛骨悚然的。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Jill and her American friend Parker are looking at the CTBC Brothers website.
So, we can buy tickets on here?
Yes. Look, you can see all of this month's games on the calendar.
Which game should we go to?
They're playing the Lions in a couple of weeks. We have to go to that.
How come?
They're the two most successful teams in Taiwan. The battles between them are always entertaining.
Great. Where in the stadium should we sit?
I generally go for infield seats. You get the best experience if you sit in the front row. The tickets are a little more expensive, but it's worth it.
Great. Let's buy them now.
Jill and Parker are outside the stadium after the game.
Oh my goodness, that was so much fun.
I know, right?
Those cheerleaders were dancing non-stop. Their performances were so energetic. I couldn't stop watching them. At times, I forgot there was a game on.
They're incredible. They've become one of the biggest draws to baseball games in Taiwan.
It's crazy because in the US, there are never cheerleaders in baseball. There are often mascots, but not cheerleaders.
Doesn't that mean the atmosphere is really quiet?
Not really, because music is played and fans sometimes start their own chants.
Well, I just can't imagine baseball without the cheerleaders. They make the whole event so exciting.
Whoa, Shane, are you really just sending out those products without doing any quality checks?
It's no big deal. I'm just trying to speed things up. Nobody's gonna notice.
That's playing with fire. If you get caught, you could lose your job.
Oh, come on. It's just a few items. Everybody cuts corners every now and then.
It isn't a small matter. If something goes wrong, we could face lawsuits and huge fines.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe I should rethink things.
Yes.
All right, I'll do a better job.
See, look, you have to check. Hey everyone, today we're talking about the phrase, play with fire.
Okay, imagine you're playing with fire. Ouch! That would be dangerous, and you could get hurt, right?
Right, so when we say someone is playing with fire, we mean that they're engaging in risky behavior that could result in danger or trouble.
Right. For example, if someone drives without a seatbelt, they're playing with fire because they're putting themselves in danger.
Here's an example sentence. Driving after drinking is dangerous and illegal. You're just playing with fire.
You could also say he's playing with fire by getting involved in illegal activities. It's only a matter of time before he gets caught.
So it's best to avoid playing with fire and taking unnecessary risks. Always be cautious.
True. Stay safe and don't get burned. That's all for today.
Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.